Hello and welcome to Qsports. I'm Umudu Gajagan. Thank you for joining us. Today we're going to talk about basketball in the Gambia. Just recently, Suleiman Jawara, a Gambian basketball player, returned from Egypt where he attended the FIBA youth camp. They train young basketball players on basketball, some of the things that they need to do to improve them, to make sure that they see these basketball players progress to the next level of the game. And in the Gambia, basketball has been struggling to get a standard league. Infrastructure is also another struggle for the Gambia. So all that will be discussed today on Qsports. I also have with me the Gambia Basketball Federation or Association's media officer, Kasim Oscar. Kasim is with me in the studio. First, I'll start with you. Kasim, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Mamadou Gajaga, and thank you for giving Gambian Basket the platform to at least push the athletes and the game to the next level. With this sport, I think we're going to achieve that.
Fantastic. And now, Suleiman, you're just fresh from Egypt. Tell us, how does it feel?
It feels great and amazing, and I'm really grateful for the opportunity.
Okay. Kasim, let's talk about some of the struggles of basketball before we would come to the achievements. What is really happening with Gambian basketball?
Actually, so many things. As you mentioned, the struggle, if you want to emphasize that here, I think it's going to take us more than 2 hours or 3 hours. But nonetheless, it's not stopping in the association headed by Ndongo Kamara and the Secretary General, that is Aliu Nyang, and even the athletes as well, pushing going further until when support comes. One of the struggles is proper or enough facilities. As you know, one of the busiest grounds here in KMO in the country, I can say is Serekunda West or Serekunda East. That's the only place you will go and know or notice that this country also involved in basket. But there are a lot of talented basketball players, both boys and girls, ready, or they have the skill enough to play basketball to the higher level. But due to lack of facilities, support, and other so many things, important things, is definitely delaying the progress of the game and some of these individual athletes.
When you go to the Serekunda East football field, there's a basketball court. You see, let's say, more than 100 kids who are interested in basketball. They want to play the game. They look at basketball players in the country who are a little bit at a higher level. They are their mentors. They want to reach their level. They want to go professional. But like you mentioned, it's difficult when you don't have the infrastructure. Serekunda East, I think YMCA, West, there's a basketball court also in Brikama. But all these are bare concrete, where when you play, the risk factor is to be injured. You could have bruises, you could have a knee problem, you could have elbow problem, you could have so many serious injuries. But despite that, these young players, they love the game. They want to get the dream of reaching the highest level of the game. But infrastructure is a huge thing. So you as an association, what are you doing about this? Let's say it is not your responsibility, you don't have the money. It is the government or the municipalities who should provide this infrastructure. What is your coordination and dealing with them in terms of helping to get this infrastructure ready?
Absolutely. I think what we are trying to do is always to reach out to the necessary stakeholders. Let them come and support. Let them come and partner with Gambian Basket. Just as you said, we have a lot of grounds that are suitable or situated in a very ideal place where you can just go and watch basketball easily. Look at Manjai basketball lawn. Now, instead of it being used to do basket, we see more musical events there than basket. It is very frustrating for the ballers. You will see a lot of basketball players from Manjai and that surrounding will be traveling up to Kotu Senior Secondary School to play. And we all know that court is inside the school. So probably, like one can say, this belongs to the school, not to the community of Kotu. Maybe just there is a good MOU or dialogue between them. That is why it is usable to them. Yeah, because if you look at Gambian Basket recently, as you said, we compete in sub-regional competitions. And whenever we go out there, they come back home with something, either bronze, silver, or gold medal. Not long ago in Annaba, the inaugural competition of the All Africa Games, Badara Jeng, one of our best coach when it comes to basket 3x3, come home with gold medal. And that was the first gold medal Gambia won as a nation for almost 6 years, since 2019, when Gina Bass did so in athletics. So these are things, you know, when we consider this and put it in the back of our mind, sport is also a game, especially basket, that can bring development to the country. So the president, as I always speak to him, and the SG, I always ask them what is next, what are the plans in the pipeline. That this is exactly what they always try to put in place. Alhamdulillah, we might say Alhamdulillah, recently, like starting from 2022 up to date, this current executive and also the Gambia government have put in some efforts. But for me and for others, I believe it's still not enough, that much enough. They still want to see the government and relevant stakeholders come on board. Because when you partner with basket right now, like I said, whenever they go out, they bring bronze medal, gold or silver. So this is something that is gonna help your business, your entity to get to the spotlight or to get the publicity. Because like when you can come not by giving physical cash to the association directly, but like places like Manjai and places like even the Malik Silla Memorial, which is a legendary ground. The state of the court is just not impressive. It's not impressive. So these are all things that, you know, it can also hamper us as a nation to host international events coming when it comes to basket, whether academic level or youth level. So I think we're still working in that towards the development of facilities by the association itself and also beyond. But definitely we need help, we need support, yeah, to do this.
Yes, it's always the #1 priority when it comes to the development of the game of basket. You have to have the infrastructure. But despite the struggle, you have one player here with us in the studio, Suleiman Jawara. Suleiman, you went to Egypt. Tell us about the experience.
It was intense and amazing. I met top coaches from all over Africa and players around the world, and it was really great. I get to see how high the level of the competition is, and I learned a lot. Yeah. So
let's say when you arrived there first, your impression about the facilities that you've seen?
I would say it was great. I felt it didn't feel real, so it was really great.
Okay. Competitiveness, the level of competition between you and the players that you are paired with. Tell us, how did that go?
It went well. I would say I'm a physical player, so it went really well, and it just had difference. Yeah, it had difference.
Yeah. For you, is it about the physique, or is it about, let's say,
Technique.
Game intelligence, technique, and what have you learned most?
Game intelligence, technique, I've learned a lot about that, and the coaches, they teach us about how to play the game. Yeah.
I've also seen that in one of you scored a three-pointer. Yeah. So in the video, you would, of course, those watching would see that bit of it. Is that something that you are used to, or was it just a one-off?
No, I'm a shooting guard. So
oh, you're a shooting guard.
It's
Okay.
my thing. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It feels great.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for the coaches, are they new? Are they people who are friendly, or they just push you to?
They are friendly coaches. They push me, you know, to do the best. They want to see the best out of me, so they push me every day when I go on the court. To do every day, I see every day from the 4 days. I keep getting better every day.
Every day.
Yeah.
Okay. Just off the discussion before we came to the studio, we were talking about the infrastructure a little bit. So the court is different from what you are used to in the Gambia. Tell us about the difference.
Yeah. The court was a little different. You know, in Gambia, you play on the concrete floor. So there it's like, it's kind of like a sponge. So it's really great to play on it. Yeah, you want to play every day. You don't want to go off the court. So it's really amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but there were struggles in the start.
There was struggle in the start. Yeah, I was really struggling because I'm not used to playing on that type of floors. I'm used to playing on concrete floors. So it was really struggle on the first day. But on the second day, I get used to it a little bit, and I was doing great.
Okay. Yeah. And how would this help you develop, improve your game in terms of competition?
I would say in many ways, I would say, because their coaches, they really help me, and they bring some players in, some professional players to teach us how to play the game more, and it was great. So I learned a lot there. Okay. Yeah, I would say improve.
In terms of ambition, your dream, tell us what the big dream is for you.
I would say to play more international games, and hopefully one day I can play professional. Yeah.
Okay. Who's your basketball role model?
Anthony Edwards and Steph Curry, because of their work ethic. Yeah.
Well, Anthony Edwards, big guy,
Yeah.
wonderful basketball player, and Steph Curry,
A good shooter.
good shooter, the best when it comes to 3 points.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah,
just amazing.
He's one of those that you can rely on to win your games in the last seconds of games. And
I think he's the reason why the United States of America won the Olympics.
Olympic, against France.
Against France.
Was very tense. But and also their game against South Sudan, I think South Sudan did well against America in that game. He also made his debut for the Gambia under 16 not long ago, before this FIBA Africa Youth Games, regional youth games. They call him SMJ. When you go to the basketball ground, just call him SMJ. Take us through to the competition in chess as well. That was your first time since you started playing basketball. You traveled to represent the Gambia in the FIBA Zone 2 for the first time in many years. And you got a very good game with that number 45 at the back.
Yeah, it was great, my first experience. On our first game, I think it was against Mutani.
Yeah.
It was a great experience, yeah.
So for the sub-regional competitions, you touched there a little bit, Kazim. When you go to Senegal, they have the facilities. Senegalese have NBA players, Senegalese through the Seeds Academy, and also other academies that they have. Some of their players are in the NBA Academy in Africa. What are your realizations when you get to those competitions, and how do you think you are close to having that opportunity, even being in the NBA Academy?
Yeah. I would say I think I'm kind of close, because I'm working every day. So I believe the possibilities are just opportunity. When I have the opportunity and to play there, I can make it. Okay. I can make it, yeah.
Is it like a lot of competitions in Gambia when it comes to the league?
Yeah.
How good is the league for you, the basketball players? When you compete, is it after a few months and then the league is over? You're not doing anything else? No big competitions? Or?
It's not really a big competition, and we needed that. We need a lot of competition in Gambia, to compete. You can see a player working for 3 to 5 months, just working without no competition or tournament. That's really hard and frustrating. So we need more tournaments and leagues, to compete.
To compete at the highest level. Kasim, for you at the federation, are you looking at that, to have a basketball league that is running maybe at least for 5 or 6 months in a year?
Absolutely, it's all in the pipelines, because looking at the Gambia Basketball Association master plan to develop grassroots football, you'll definitely know that this is what we are targeting since 2022 up to date. That is why we started with under 16 both boys and girls, and under 21 both boys and girls as well. And when it comes to 3x3 as well, we try to improve our status thanks to a few other competitions, the Qsports, which is just about to kickstart, which has already kickstarted rather on Saturday at Serekunda East. So these are events that will definitely put the game onto the next level. So I believe like as the rain winds down, the preparation has already started. We have conducted series of meetings with the stakeholders to see. We have a lot of more teams being registered for the upcoming competitions. Our basketball academy tournament will start very soon, and we will try to complete the knockout competition. Sol knows more about that, and also the league will commence as well. So with this, I think we'll bring a lot of competitiveness to them as well. And believe me, there will be a lot of changes coming this coming season in the Gambian basket, and a lot of big news as well as we watch 2026, inshallah.
Despite the struggles, we can still talk about some progress. Mariama Jallow should have been here today. Unfortunately, she is sick and we wish her a speedy recovery.
Amen.
She was also in Egypt through the same experience as Suleiman. Tell us about her a little bit as a player.
Very energetic player. One of the energies she has, the stamina that is why they call her the fastest female bowler. Yeah, so Mariama is those guys I believe the country can rely on when we are on the road to form a national team or under 21 team or maybe other major tournaments where we want to go and win gold medal, not only to go and compete. So she started long time ago playing basket, and the most interesting thing is beyond the court, she is a chef as well. When she cooks, you might bite your finger before you start even eating. And secondly, she speaks multiple languages, including French. I believe communication was not that much difficult for her when she went to Cairo as well. She speaks other local languages, Mandinka, Sarahule, Fula, and English. So these are things I think very impressive about Mariama, and one of the hijabi girls, hijabi players as well. I think after Bintu Dambele, one of our female senior national players who have represented the Gambia in the last Islamic Games in Konya, Turkey 2022, yeah. So I think Mariama is those stars that a lot of young girls coming up in basket are really looking up to her. On her day, she can collect you a lot of rebounds as much as you can. Though people say scoring a rebound is easy, but it's not easy for people like Kasim and someone who is not developing in the game in the game of basket. So I think for now this is some of the words I can say about Mariama. But there is a lot I see can be described as a female bowler in the Gambia.
There are some of Gambian players who travel to the United States of America, some through scholarship. Some are into college basketball, if you like. Wakambach is one of them. Dauda Silva. These are players, of course, that I covered something about them.
You know them.
Yeah, I had to do something with their story.
More than me, yeah,
yeah, exactly. So that's massive progress for Gambian basketball.
Absolutely. When you saw me last time, Dauda's interview with you, when he was in the Gambia at Serekunda West, and you see Dauda now, definitely you know that, yeah, ball is life. What they say, ball is life, yeah. It is indeed life. And you talk about Wakabach as well. A couple of years ago, he was in the country. He participated in some of the competitions here. He's those type. Look at Waka on picture, Dauda and Alassana Kurbali. So I think kudos to Hope Academy.
Okay, Hope
Academy are contributing in many ways to put the Gambian basket to the next level. I think most of these players, majority of the players are graduating from there. And also one of our local academies as well, that is Ascend Together. Ascend Together also is an academy where, you know, they give support to athletes via their education and also basketball as well. Ascend Together. So Alaji Manjang is doing well. He must be commended for that as well. Majority of the players playing in the league, both male and female, some have passed through Ascend Together. So these are all things that I think when more dialogue is being made, we can get to the next level. These are players also we can rely on when the Gambia wants to form a national team. To the female side as well, Fanta Minte, I think everybody knows her, even though you don't know her personally. When you play basketball or you watch basketball, you will hear about her name. Not long ago, she did some kind of gesture back home. She knows how it feels. Many people want to play basketball. As I'm speaking to you, 2 basketball players are even relying on me to provide a basketball shoe for them. One is a relative, one is not a relative. So it's a headache on me, talk less of them as well.
Yes, that's really, really something that has to do with the development of the game.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you have a lot of young, talented basketball players in the country who wants to get their game to the highest level, but it's always difficult. We have some players also even in Europe, in Spain. For example, you have some Gambian basketball players who started, of course, their basketball here. They trained here, they competed in the league. Some of them have an opportunity. Yeah. And the issue of education and basketball at the same time, Kasim, you have an opportunity when you are playing basketball and at the same time going to school, learning a skill, because eventually, either through injury or through because you're not lucky,
yeah.
to get it to the highest level,
of that.
yeah, of basketball, you have your education. So that is exactly what these players, Dauda Silva, Waka Baich, and many other players are also going through, because you have to do well for you to maintain your scholarship. So this is really something I think amazing for basketball.
Absolutely, especially for Waka Baich. Most of these young guys, Suleiman and others, I will urge them to learn from Waka. Waka he was in Spain, I guess.
He was in Spain.
Yeah, so things didn't go well at some point. He came back. That was the last time Serekunda East won the league with him, with the dominance with him and for the Jiso and Ibrahima Sori Jallo, you see. And then from there he regrouped, or he revamped again. He became one of the first players to move from Africa, not only Gambia, but West Africa, direct to the Division 2 or Division 1. Division 1. Okay, yeah. So you see, these are things that, you know, if not like he believed in himself, he could have frustrated. When he come back, and you know Gambia.
Yeah.
Dem nga Europe
feel
so, but no, he still believes that basket is the game, is the way for him. So now he's back to where it all everybody wants to dream to be, and he's now, I think this season he will be playing with new club with Montana State University, which is a very, very, very good step, and the young ones should learn from him. So you might fall down. You will fall down. There are a lot of fall downs in basketball, in sport in general, but you have to wake up and keep the journey and keep fighting.
Yes, so Suleiman, what's your inspiration about these players that we've named here, Waka Baich, Dauda Silva? These are players that you watch play as a youngster back then. Tell us, how have their stories inspired you?
It inspires me in many ways. You know, Dauda Silva was my mentor, I would say. You know, he was on the senior team the time I was on a junior team, so I look up to him a lot. And welcome back, he's a great player. They always push us to, you know, work hard, and, you know, maybe hopefully one day I can reunite with them and play in the NBA. Okay. Yeah.
Do you take, let's say, education also seriously?
Yes,
are you going to school?
Yes, I'm going to school.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, because that's hugely important.
Yeah, you know, it's not easy balancing basketball and school. But
because if you want to go to the United States through college and play basketball, you have to also have good grades.
Those are some of the reasons.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons.
Yeah, basket is different from football. You must be very good in class or academically, so that you can also get some bigger opportunities. In basket. And believe me, most of these Gambian basketball players are very talented. They speak good English. Momodu, they are just that they are just not used to the platform, like how other countries media, or maybe they are getting the game exposed. But like talent and like being able to speak something that is very sensible, I think definitely if you have few weekends or platforms with them, you'll definitely be impressed with them, both boys and girls. So far for me, since 2022, I believe I have learned along the way so many things from them during our short interviews and chit-chat with them as well.
Yo, I would have to say massive congratulations to you, Kasim. You've really helped these players. You've helped expose Gambian basketball. They lack visibility. I would say a few times I've covered the league, a few times I've interviewed players. But let's say in general terms, they've been a sports that have been trying a lot, but not having the publicity, not having the spotlight like other sports. Let's say you would see more of football, which is the country's #1 sport. No one can take that away from them. But also even volleyball and athletics. And while basketball is being less reported, and they have talented players, they have been doing amazing things in terms of getting the players exposure and having that opportunity. And of recent, Kasim, we have to go back to the struggles again. Your experience when you were going to Guinea-Conakry to play in one of the basketball competitions. Yes, you are a victim of an accident. There is a scar on your hand. Yes, I can still see it from where I'm sitting.
I don't think this scar will be removed.
Yeah, this one I think.
So I will live with it until the last breath.
Yes, I'm really sad about what happened to you and the entire delegation. But it's all due to the struggles. It's all due to, let's say, the proper facilities that are not available. And you had to go through road travel. You had to go via road to Guinea, which is very, very difficult.
Absolutely.
Tell us about the experience.
Actually, it was very sad, Momodu. It was very sad. I could remember when we were departing here in Banjul or at the stadium, it was a rainy day. It was on Tuesday, it rains in the morning. Like, this is why I said they are very determined. They know there are a lot of struggles. Thousands of athletes are waiting for 2 or 3 opportunities, but each one that is not stopping them to push each other to get that 5 opportunities or those little opportunities to make themselves proud and also their family and their country as well. The journey to Bissau, to Conakry rather, could have been one of the big steps of basketball developing in the Gambia, because it's FIBA Under-16 Championship in Rwanda. Gambia, imagine the teams we were playing with, Zone 2, Senegal and Mali are already top seeds nations. They are not part of it. So the other 2 slots or 3 spots was to grab between Gambia, Senegal, Gambia, Mali, no, Gambia, Guinea Conakry, Sierra Leone, and Mauritania. And with the little season I have or time with Gambian basket, I was very hopeful, me as just as a media person or a fan, that one or either two teams or one will qualify, and that qualification could have put us another just couple of steps on top there to go to Rwanda and compete either the boys category or the girls category. But everything's faded away. The night we were expecting to reach Conakry on Thursday, 17 July, as you said, the road accident occurred. When we realized, I was not asleep, I was awake, realized that the driver lost control and the bus was just going full speed. It was just crazy. It was just crazy. What comes to my mind, I said, I was reciting everything. I was with my cruise, my beats. I started shouting, La ilaha illallah, La ilaha illallah. You see, some were sleeping, you see. But when I realized, okay, there is no way this bus will just go off. But thank God, because the first attempt, when it was like that, no one could have been alive. We could have just got into a forest. But Allah makes us to fall at a place where there is a little water, or maybe just a kind of a stream. Yeah, that is
terrible experience.
Very, very terrible.
Like I can recount
when I realized
see
the bus is going, the bus is going down. My mind goes straight to close friends that passed away.
Yeah, through this same accident.
No, like that has died.
Yeah.
That I am going to join them. But I started reciting La ilaha illallah. I know that this bus is going down. I said, let me try and save my eyes. Even if I'm dying, let me just have pain on the body. So I did it like this.
Yes.
I went down to the chair that is in front of me. You see? Then when the bus just started crashing until to the final spot, 30 seconds, I had this girl shouting, calling moms, dad. See, I was still shouting, La ilaha illallah. Keba Fall, one of the coaches, say, who is here? I say, it's me, Oscar. Then he broke the glass. I came out. Then we started helping others. With this accident, 2 or 3 boys are there. They have just minor injuries.
Injuries, yeah.
The other was even sleeping.
Wow. Yes,
that's amazing. The ones who didn't get serious injury. I only have some bruises on my back.
Suleiman was part of the journey?
Of course.
Oh. Wow. This is...
Suleiman, I think they are the back seaters.
Back seaters.
At the middle.
Yeah, at the middle.
That's really serious. But overall, a terrifying experience. And we obviously, as sports journalists, especially our association, we condemned the travel route. We criticized the Ministry of Youth and Sports. We criticized the officials who are responsible, because these players deserve to travel by air, the safest means of transport to Guinea, because we all know the roads access to Guinea is very, very bad. So, but eventually some of the players and some of the officials who were injured later recovered from injuries. Absolutely. Some very, very serious. I think one of the most serious is the technical director and also the Secretary General, who I think has a broken arm or something like that. But thank God now they've recovered.
And one female player from Banjul, she got some wounds on top of her knee. Okay. But all of them are fine.
They're all playing now.
Yeah, they're all playing now. Just 2 days ago, I spoke to them. They had the jersey of Banjul. schedule, inform him that she will be participating in the legendary basketball competition coming up. So this shows you how dedicated, how determined, passionate they are about basket. But let's hope this ends here.
Yes, I don't think this would happen again. It's unacceptable. In fact, I don't think the Gambia Basketball Association will accept to travel by road to maybe just Senegal, but to Guinea or Mali or any of these countries.
Absolutely.
Because it's not the safe route of traveling when it comes to the development of basketball. And Suleiman, shares your experience with, let's say, the level of infrastructure. You talked about playing on the concrete. How dangerous, how risky is it? Sometimes you want to go for a ball, you want to be aggressive, but if you fall, you realize that you could be injured, and that could be something that gets into your mind, and you wouldn't be able to do that effort.
You know, in Gambia here, we don't have indoor courts and good floor, so this is what we have, so we gotta appreciate it and play on it. So you just gotta play through it. So it's what you have, so you gotta appreciate and play on it. So we really hope in the future we have more facilities and good courts where we can play, you know, and not worry about injuries. Yeah, we're really looking forward to that.
Kasim, how close are we to an indoor court? Volleyball complains about it. Basketball is complaining about it. Handball can complain about it, because if you have a proper indoor court, you're talking about 3, 4, or 5 different sports that you could play at that indoor court.
Absolutely, and with that, we're gonna have an all-round season of basket. As you just asked me in some of the questions, we will definitely have every time the competition of basket. You'll not be worried about wind, you'll not be worried about the sun, and also talk less of even raining.
Yeah.
So I think it is a dream for every basketball fan in the camp that they believe one day Gambia will have a basketball indoor court. It is a dream, but whether it is alive or not, I think there is no big chances that much right now that in the next 10 years Gambia will get an indoor court. And
because they're not even talking about it.
Yeah, and if you don't get indoor court in the next 10 years, Momodu, I think it's still gonna be just a bit stagnant. 3 steps forward, 2 steps back, meaning only 1 step improve. Yeah, definitely. As I said, the government is trying, and all the stakeholders, the National Sport Council, the Minister of Youth and Sports, but they know it is not enough.
Yeah,
it is not enough.
I think where you can commend them a little bit is to get Gambia competitions, let's say the 3-on-3 basketball competitions, the African games which passed, the school games, and also aside from that, sometimes when you are competing in sub-regional competitions in Senegal, and even in international competitions, they help finance the travel and get the players to be in the national team. But aside from that, the issue of infrastructure is something that they need to discuss, and then they have to start something about it.
Just take an example of when Gambia under-20 lose to Senegal in Egypt. In Egypt, they have top facilities. I've never been there, but people who have been there can witness. I can even see it on social media. So majority of those under-20 players came back here, the resident guy, before he moved to Europe. Okay, from playing proper pitches and going up to the final, you come back and start playing for Gunjur United. By then, the Nyamina football field was not even officially launched. You go and play on a sand pitch. It's frustrating, like Suleiman. He is used to a concrete floor. He went there first day. Okay, you get the ball, you want to dribble, do a jump shot. You think of, okay, I'm in the Gambia, whilst you are not there. And you are playing with a mind, with a concern of being mindful of something. I might slide and fall down, or something, I might bounce the ball, maybe then it slides. So all these things can even affect our players when they go out there. Because
it happens to the volleyball players when they were in Ghana for the African Games. They were playing because they think It is Gambia, the concrete.
Yeah.
So before they realized they lost the game.
Yeah.
They lost to Tunisia, they lost to Egypt because they used to indoor courts,
Yeah.
and the Gambian players are playing on concrete.
Absolutely, absolutely. So this is it. So when we speak about the talent of Gambian sports athletes, especially basket, people might think, okay, we are trying to exaggerate or maybe overhype. But it's not that. Top people that govern this game or that play the game to the highest level understands and knows very well that Gambia, like 10 years ago, how they were looking Gambia and now is far different. They know that this country is coming up. Even the 3x3 Dakar NGO, a pre-tournament that Gambia participated, they won silver and gold in the both boys and girls with Badara in Dakar. I was there with the Senegalese themselves knows very well that Gambia send basket munge yok. You will have them saying that. Because at that final you have Fode Jiso, Abdoulaye Taylor, and Mohamed J. Kamara, and Ibrahim Ndour Pake. Exactly. These are people on the court on their day. They are happy. You get all the necessary supports beside them. They can ball a ball for you or play a basketball for you, just like you think that these people are black Americans. Yeah. Definitely in Gambia coming to play basket. So these are competitions, like those were some of the competitions where you will feel that when you watch them, you know that Gambia got talent. Because at that event also, a lot of ex-NBA players were there, which I was opportune to interview one guy who played with LeBron James. He was there as one of the ambassadors. So this helps a lot. But let's hope in the future always and make doers, as we always believe, doers, but also we should start implementing, taking steps, relevant steps as well. Yeah.
Yes, most definitely, relevant steps for us to get our basketball developed. It's been a pleasure to have you here, Kasim Sissoko. Many know him as Oscar. He is the media officer of the Gambia Basketball Association. And Suleiman Jawara, freshly from Egypt for the FIBA Africa Regional Youth Camp. And thank you. It's been a pleasure having you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And that's it for this segment. Other segments would follow on Qsports. On Qsports, we're going to talk about the Gambia national team, the Scorpions, in their World Cup qualifiers. They played 10 games and had 13 points in those 10 games and finished third in their group behind the group winners, that is Cote d'Ivoire, and runners-up, that is Gabon. The Gambia third. In their final group game, they won by a record scoreline for the national team in terms of qualifiers are concerned. They won by 7-0 against Seychelles. And after the game, the coach, Jonathan McKinstry, made his reactions known about how the Gambia played in these qualifiers, the overall assessment. Let's hear from him.
Well, overall, quite pleased with the outcome tonight. We came off a result against Gabon that, looked very frustrating. Wasn't the result we wanted against Gabon, but there was a lot of positives to take from the game, and there was a lot of big sort of learning moments from the game as well. And then coming into this game, it was a game that, look, we knew coming up against a team like the Seychelles, we wanted to sort of show the best version of ourselves in all moments of the game. And I think we did a lot of that. You know, obviously we've put a record-breaking scoreline there, and the players knew that before the game. It's a high target to set, to say, look, we've got to outscore 6-0, which was the best ever. So they've managed to do that. Obviously Moussa Barrow, we believe, breaking the goal-scoring record tonight, and also Ablaye Mane getting a hat-trick, which I'm told is the first hat-trick for a Gambian player. So there's a lot of positives tonight, but also even our pressing, our work off the ball, our recovery. There were so many positives from the game, and it's just nice to finish that campaign on a real high note. We know it's not qualification for a tournament, but it's definitely a step towards that. So now we go into a series of friendly matches over the winter and into next summer. And look, we want to be prepared for when the AFCON draw is made next summer and we start playing in the competitive games against in September. But yeah, it's a nice way to finish. There's more to come. There's more to work on, both on and off the field. But yeah, we're in a good place.
Thank you.
Now let's talk about the Kings Barton Relay. Is a build-up to the Commonwealth Games, which will be in Edinburgh in Scotland in 2026, in the summer of 2026 to be precise, in July. And the King's Baton arrived in the Gambia. There were some ceremonies to celebrate the baton and the build-up to the Commonwealth Games. Some of those activities, let's watch this report. In a symbolic ceremony, the Vice President of the Gambia, Mohamed B.S. Jallow, runs with the King's Baton from the State House to the Makata Square in Banjul as part of activities of the King's Baton Relay ahead of the Commonwealth Games Glasgow, set to take place in the summer of 2026. The ceremony saw the participation of students, government officials, athletes, and ordinary citizens. The Vice President Mohamed B.S. Jallow, Harriet King, the British High Commissioner to the Gambia, and the Gambian National Olympic Committee President, Bai Dudu Jallow.
This event represents not only a cherished sporting tradition, but also an affirmation of a shared commitment to the values and spirit of the Commonwealth. As the baton travels across continents, it passes through every corner of the Commonwealth before arriving at the opening ceremony of the Games, where the King's message is read aloud.
Inspired by the three Commonwealth Games Federation values, humanity, equality and destiny, the baton is formed from three interlocking pieces of sustainably sourced Scottish ash.
Preceding the King's Baton Relay in Banjul, at the unveiling ceremony at the GNOC Conference Hall, it was explained that each of the 74 Commonwealth countries have their own baton to be designed in their own unique way, instead of the usual one baton which goes around all Commonwealth countries. Bakari K. Jame, chairman of the King's Baton Relay, explains the paintings on the Gambia's version of the King's Baton.
The Gambia flag at the top, our national colors, our flag, is a dominant factor. But on the first part, as a country, the smiling coast of Africa, as we know, our people is our most important asset. Certainly, it's true for every country, but it's very unique in our country.
As part of ceremonies of the King's Baton Relay, the exchange of baton was first done at the Ministry of Youth and Sports. Bakari Baji received the baton before passing it to the Vice President, Mohamed B.S. Jallow. Minister Baji assured that the government will support the participation of the Gambia at the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow.
You can be assured of the government support, as always. We wouldn't claim to have the resources to do everything, but we believe that we will do our best as much as we can to be able to support both the preparation of the Gambia and the participation come July next year.
The King's Baton Relay continued on Thursday evening with cycling, which was led by Harriet King, the British High Commissioner, from her office in Fajara to her residence at Cape Point in Bakau, and ending with a reception. The final activity of the King's Baton Relay will be a beach cleaning exercise on Saturday, the 18th of October. Let's talk about QCell Open Nawetan. The 2025 edition was won by Campebi FC.
Dabo, who scored the equalizer. There it goes. Now they scored. And Campebi FC are champions of the 2025 QCL Open Nawetan.
A tense penalty shootout was the ultimate decider of the QCell Open Nawetan 2025 tournament between Campebi FC, the eventual winners, and Coastal Warriors. The winners did it the hard way by coming from behind in the second half after Coastal Warriors took the lead in the 16th minute. Campebi goalkeeper Nuha Sanyang, who was awarded goalie of the tournament, proved why he deserved the award by saving 2 spot kicks in the final. However, those heroics came after he missed his own spot kick, which would have been the winner. Among the many dignitaries who attended the final, Mohamed Jah, chairman of the Q Group, and Bakari K. Jame, the second vice president of the Gambia Football Federation, spoke at the event to inspire the players.
We have seen a very nice tournament. I have watched some of the matches because I was out of town, and I'm very much impressed with the players, and the good game we have watched, especially even today. We watched very nice game. Both teams played very well.
This tournament, these kinds of tournaments are unique in their nature because it offers the opportunity
Just some people, some players that will normally not have an opportunity to be seen playing football on the venue or more somewhere else.
Both teams showed quality in attacking and defending with some exciting play, and there was no shortage of goal-scoring opportunities. Adam Asedi put the Coastal Warriors in the lead in the 16th minute after a beautiful exchange of passes. Despite having much of the possession, Campebi FC were only able to score in the second half through Dauda Dabo, who came off the bench to score a beautiful equalizer. The two teams tried hard to get the winner in regulation time, but both defenses stood. A pulsating penalty shootout eventually separated the two teams. Coastal Warriors had two of their penalties saved, while Campebi FC failed to convert only one of theirs. Campebi FC celebrated with their giant trophy and a $60,000 cash prize, while Coastal Warriors got a consolation prize of $30,000 as runners-up. And now the inauguration ceremony of the Ajib Bank Beach Soccer Football Field, which is at the Q City. I was there, and this is how it all pans out. There you go. The inauguration ceremony of the Ajib Bank Beach Soccer Field was marked by an exciting beach soccer exhibition match between Q City Beach Soccer Club and Team Rhino. It was a thrilling encounter in a goal feast of an evening, with 13 goals scored in 3 12-minute quarters. Team Rhino, the more experienced side, won by 8 goals, while Q City Beach Soccer Club scored 5 to the delight of the dignitaries watching. The new beach soccer field is one of the newest additions to the Q City complex, which already has a top-quality football pitch, 6-a-side pitch, basketball court, gym, and swimming pool. Mohamed Jah, chairman of the Q Group, Usainu O. Jallo, the chief operating officer of Ajib Bank, and Bai Dudu Jallo, president of the Gambian National Olympic Committee, described the new field as a massive step in sports infrastructure development in the country.
What he is doing today, what he has done, what they've done today here, is not only for fun. It's business. So we should take it seriously. We should try to change the mindset of our community, our people.
When this proposal came to our desk, especially the corporate committee, we were thinking is the popular 6-a-side. But when we have a closer look at it, we said, no, this one is a game changer. It's a beach soccer field that needed support. So the management didn't waste time in approving exclusivity as far as this pitch is concerned. This beach soccer field here can serve many, many purposes beyond beach soccer. Sitting here, I can see a beautiful beach volleyball arena. This can host top national beach volleyball competitions. It can also host top international.
The field is built for beach soccer, which is an emerging sport in the country. However, the facility can be used for various sports, such as beach volleyball, beach handball, and foot volleyball. Wrestling is another sport which can be hosted at this facility. Lamin Jasse, the General Secretary of the Gambia Football Federation, and Nene S. Wuri, the Marketing and Operations Manager at Q City, say the project opens an opportunity for young players interested in beach soccer.
It has to be a combination of the government, national association, and the private sector, especially the private sector. I think that way we would be able to advance sports. Young people of this country have more hope in sports than in any other thing.
This new beach soccer field further enhances our commitment to providing world-class facilities for Gambians and solidifying our belief in fostering a vibrant sporting culture that brings people together and promote healthy lifestyle.
As a venue for a sport going through a development phase in the Gambia, the Ajib Bank Beach Soccer Field provides an ideal setting for young players to develop better in the sport. Well, that's it for Qsports this week. Thank you very much for watching. Join us at the same time next week, and bye for now.